Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Crisis 169 coming to you live with Power Spectrum Internet from my home, my gaming rig. I'm here, you're there. Thank you for watching my video if you're watching it live now or later on in the week or month or even in a year. This topic here is something I've done years ago on a different channel. To this one because I think it's time to have a real discussion about this, a real in-depth discussion. I usually post an in-game wrap-up right now, but with the Activision merger to Microsoft eventually happening, with the issues with EA, it's really been tough to talk on right now. Really ain't much news going on. Now listen, say in the next couple hours, doesn't really, do here. I thank all my subscribers for you. I ain't sponsored by Powerade, not sponsored by them at all. I ain't sponsored by Powerade. It's like drink. It's low calorie one, low sugar one. If you live in Clarksville, Tennessee, I get this at Sam's Club off of Highway 48 over by Guthrie, off of Guthrie Highway, over by the Sam's Club Tractor Supply. So that's where I get that. That and the monsters I drink. Not gonna work. Anyway, though, moving on from that. um, there's many difference between console game and PC gaming. First off, console gaming has always been known as something the kids do. The adults play PC, and I hear right now though that idea is kind of not really holding water anymore because a lot of kids nowadays play PC gaming. A lot of kids got into it in the last couple of years, especially because PCs are pretty much a lot more easier to get into. A lot of kids nowadays, the young adults now, you might see my age, are liking to get into going on and doing YouTube and playing games on Twitch. Can't do that stuff really when you're on a console as well. I know Microsoft is trying to make it easier for Xbox people to do that. But unless you have a pretty good area to work on, PC is still good, pretty good to do the multitasking, producing and displaying. And also a little tidbit of my information though, I'm trying to get a pole microphone down so I'd be able to have more, take this off and have more of a freedom like I'm wearing, like like a Mickey Mouse ears or whatever. I know a lot of YouTubers use, the microphone and stuff like that. I'm trying to be more taken seriously, so I'm trying to do that more myself. So eventually, I'll try to find one of those. Right now, it's still microphone headset. You hear me just fine because it's on. I see it right now. It's on, so we're live, baby. So that being said, though, what's the difference between console gaming and PC gaming? Console gaming just plays straight games. That's it. No thrills. With the X series and S series, you can play games up to 4K on the X and up 2K on the S. Both you can do 120 frames per second, but it's only done if the developer decides to do that. Now, with Activision being bought by Microsoft, like I said before, a lot of games now will be running. You bet you at that 120 May plus moment plus frame rate. PC, they're gonna run no matter what. PC gaming has a lot more advantages over game consoles, and always have been, always will, regardless of what you think about it, regardless if you feel like it's not right or not. The PC is always going to reign supreme because there is more to do on PC. Like I said, you can multimedia, multitask. I have a 5600X 6 core 12 thread CPU processor. I can video edit and play a game. Now, granted, not 100% great, depending on what I'm playing, but I can do it. I can run it in low or medium settings. Playing by myself is online. I can run it at a higher frame rate, higher setting. Now, if I'm video like I'm right now, YouTubing or doing Twitch, I probably won't be able to do it real well. Now, if I had multiple monitors here, it wouldn't be a problem. If I had an extra monitor somewhere I could put on here, maybe a bigger wall, whatever, put on here, it would not be a bad thing for me to have. But I don't have that option, not at all. Um, that's an option I don't have. And that being said, though, it's not a terrible thing at all. Not a terrible thing at all. Just is what it is. Card in your CPU on your multimedia stuff, your video broadcasting stuff. My 1500X can do it. 2060, yeah, well, it's just how it goes. When I'm playing games like the Dead Rising 3, it's a little choppy for that reason. Now, if I lower it down a little lower, probably, red settings will run a little better. But it also could be the processor itself, too, as well. Even though it's 600X, it's a good gaming processor. Ryzen 5900 or Ryzen 7 will have been probably a better core. But this is more for gaming and some streaming. If I YouTube here and play games later on, I can do that. If I play games on YouTube, it might run a little thing. But I can open up multiple um, tabs and have multiple things. Like I was checking stuff for you guys on different numbers on Battlefield, stuff like that. I did that as I was talking to you because it does that. Playing games is a different kind of thread. So that there is a plus in my console gaming. It will always be more affordable in sense. Right now, it's not. I mean, right now, a PS5 and an Xbox X series will cost you about almost $2,000 if you're lucky, $1,000. This rig here will cost you $1,500. Cost $1,700 because the graphics card was $200 more than what should have been. 2060, my brother-in-law overclocked it about 10%. All the parts he got from Best Buy, the one located in Clarksville, Tennessee, I do believe. Or he ordered online, picked it up there. So he got it there. So all the parts he got except the graphics card was on at the Best Buy over on Rudolph Boulevard. So that right there is a big thing there. Now, the biggest con of PC, course, is going to be graphics card issue. Same thing as a console. It's going to cost you a lot of money. So if you're willing to spend $2,000, I spent all I get on my rig, everything, the adapter, the headset, everything here, the monitor. Yeah, even the new monitor I got for Christmas. My old monitor I gave my father was 2K monitor, one of your 1080p monitor. The 2K monitor costs more than what this monitor cost me. It doesn't bother me because this is a 27-inch curved monitor. It's 95 hertz. That was what I gave my father was a 2K monitor at 59.95 hertz. So I gained an extra 10 to 15 more frames per second. Yeah, low resolution, but then again, though, I don't notice it in a lot of games I'm playing. I mean, literally, I don't notice. My 2060 is a 1080p 2K powerhouse. It's better at 1080. It runs better at 1080p. Like Tomb Raider or Far Cry 5, I can run it at almost higher settings and get locked in 60 frames per second. Where my 2K monitor 2060, it was literally having trouble because it was, even my 60 gigabytes of RAM were good. I got 32 and that's overkill. But I'll talk about the add-ons later on in the video here. But the definition console is always cheaper if you can find one. The S series will be a cheaper console to your game PC. The problem is you only have a 512 gigabyte hard drive built in. So it's supposed to be 1,000 or 800 or whatever it was, but you don't even have 512 because 200 of it is actually going to be to operating system. That being said, now you only have about 200 or so left a gigabyte on the S. Why am I using the S? Because it's the only one you can get your hands on right now. GameStop and find an Xbox S series. You can't find an X series even used. Okay. So that being said, though, if you buy the S, you're already at a disadvantage against a PC with storage. A PC, you can get a 1 terabyte. Now I'm gonna do the math real quick here though. 1 terabyte. Let's do a 500 gigabyte. 500 gigabyte SSD PC. Let's see here. Some go for $49. Some are $500. PCIe, gotta make sure what we want. Some are $14,000. Some $146. Um, let's look at Best Buy. Best place to go. I have a Samsung. My Samsung one cost me about $328 because it's a 2 terabyte SSD. It's this little bad boy right here. If I can get it for you, if you can see it, Samsung one. It's plugged in right now. It's an SSD, 16 gigabytes of downloadable speed, so it does work good. But yeah, someone costs 500. Some costs like $59, $69, $145 for one. That's 5 terabyte hard drive, not really a hard, not SSD. But let's go with let's just look at the 1 terabyte SSD for S Xbox S series. How much is it gonna cost us? Really? $218. So right now, your console, let's say it's gonna cost us $300 for that thing. $300 for an S series. I'm just doing this right now live here. You guys see this here. S series, okay? And you gotta buy, and you have to buy a memory upgrade with it, because it only comes with um add the card here. I want to add the cart and just see what else I can get in here. I'm gonna terabyte. There it is. I'm gonna add that to cart too as well. And I'll add to cart. I got 3 of them for some reason. 3 of them be $700. That's too much money to spend. So right now, I can see the whole price here. If I bought the S series right now with the 1 terabyte pickup, 1 terabyte SSD add-on Seagate storage, it would cost me $569.38 for that one item. For that one item. And that, to me, that's just astronomical. Xbox X series, how much that is in store? $499. Okay, $499. Let's say you bought $499 plus $219. That's over $600. About $600 roughly. Okay, so right then and there, with the S series, you're already paying $500. You're practically buying an X series, but a slower power, weaker, anemic system. Where, once again, I'm going to go on the gaming thing here. Best Buy, because they have a lot of good stuff on there. Yeah, it's a little overpriced, but whatever though. This is just just a rough estimate of what you can get your hands on or not here. And the Alienware, just to stay away from the Alienware. I think it's garbage. Stay away from the Alienware. That's garbage. Stay away from that crap. Stay away from that stuff. You can go games laptop, but we're gonna go into gaming desktops. That's usually where I go into. Everything here is pretty expensive, and it is. You have a 2060 6 GB VRAM, $13.99. Let's do that as iBuyPower. Now, I'm not really a fan of iBuyPower, but I'm giving you guys a rough estimate what's going to cost you. What's going to cost you? You get tech support, Geek Squad 24/7, up to 24 months protection. You get a lot of stuff here you buy in the store, right? I know I'm not a real big fan of it. I'm not a real big fan of what they do. iBuyPower, but it looks pretty solid to me. My brother-in-law told me it would have been easier almost to buy a pre-built sometimes than a regular one. Have him build me one. Reviews are great computer 1 hour ago, 3 weeks ago. I've been needing an upgrade recently. 2060, guys, not a bad rig. I have 2060 myself, and it's a pretty decent rig. Let's see, get in here and get some bloody specs if I can here. Specs, here we go. Some specs. 2060 high end, entry level graphics. 16 gigabytes of RAM, that's medium. iCore i7 is high. Ryzen 5. Base speed 2.5. Mine is a 3.7. Total storage is 14 gigabytes, about over a terabyte. Capacity 400 gigabytes. Hard drive space is 1,000 gigabytes. RAM 16. Graphics is graphics card is your graphics processor. Basic stuff you need for basic ray tracing. Solid state drive is a 480 gigabyte one, so you have an SSD in here that's 480 gigabytes, and you get 1,000 gigabyte hard drive, so you get total storage capacity 1,480, and 16 gigabytes of RAM. That's good. Now, if it's one stick RAM, I didn't really show on the pictures here if one stick or not. Sticks of RAM. Two sticks of RAM. Looks like it. So that's good. Get bottlenecked. iBuyPower, of course. It's graphics type, dedicated NVIDIA memory, 6,000 megabytes. So it's 6,000. No, VRAM of 6 gigabytes of VRAM. At $1,300. Yes, it's a lot of money. But you can always go cheaper ones too, though, as well. There's different types here. $499, $448, $4. As prices and stuff comes down, prices will get better. 800, 700. You can find a cheap one. You can find a cheap ones here. I'm understand that you can find a cheap PC like Halo on it and Call of Duty on it. But prices are a bit expensive for everything, including this. 6060 Super, iCore i5, gigabit of memory, $999. I will stay away from that because I think 1 gigabit of memory. But Ryzen 5 600G ain't bad. 3060, 1 terabyte SSD. This one has the Xbox controller built with it too. Well, it's $1,409. Mine cost me about $1,700 and change altogether, and I have a 2060 with the 32 gigabytes of RAM with like another 100. So it's almost $2,000 for this thing altogether. So guys, I spent a lot of my gaming rig, okay? A lot of money in my gaming rig here. 2060. But the difference between a console and this though, I can upgrade this when I finally get a graphics card I want. Now I want to start at 3060 Ti, but I really can't do it right now because graphics card hard to find. Very blessed my brother-in-law found me a 2060 in here. So I got 2060 instead, and it runs good. It's ray tracing, Battlefield 5, medium. It runs a lot of games in good ray tracing. Sometimes I turn it off a lot because it runs better. I mean, the games itself run great, and Steam sales are insane. Now you get $100 from Steam sales. You can come out with like 10, 15 games if you know how to really buy them. If you're going willy-nilly going crazy, then that's your problem. This headset here was from GameStop. It's Actrex. It's now a $100 headset. They have one there for $69 recorded. money, and and have to do sync to Windows. But guys, there is advents to all these things here, though. You spend your money on an X series that in 4 years minimum, maximum 5 years, if you're lucky, will be outdated by some other S series 2.0 that'll come out that'll be even faster, have even more storage, and have even more bang for the buck. But you got to pay another $200, $300. Or you spend $1,500, hopefully, get a well built 2060 with 5600X processor, great motherboard, had 16 gigabytes of RAM. I would recommend 16 gigabytes of RAM, unless you really want to go, balls to wall crazy, like I just did, and get 32 gigabytes of RAM. My rig right now can go 39 with 16 gigabytes of RAM, 3090. With 32, it could probably even go past that probably. Now, 4080. I'm trying to get my hand on 3060 Ti. That's what my goal is. To upgrade from this to 3060 Ti, be in a somewhat current generation. Then the X series and S series would be obsolete in my mind. Right now, they're a little more advanced than I am, but I still have a leg up because I can get games real cheap. But it doesn't mean the console's bad. They're not bad at all. They're good console systems. But you will have to upgrade in 5 years, 4 years minimum. Eventually, Xbox will get rid of consoles eventually and have a set top box you buy one time and that's it. I talked about a couple weeks ago about streaming services like Luna and Google Stadia that pretty much dead in the water. Except Luna still actually have kicking. That right there, folks, something that you have to look at. Okay, you will have to understand this. Eventually you'll have to understand that your console, like me, I converted from console to PC gaming. I use my console to watch wrestling. I watch Royal Rumble Saturday night. Watch YouTube a lot. Also, Mysteries on Peacock Network. I don't use it for gaming much anymore. Don't need to. Have a gaming rig right here that plays all that and then some more. And with games coming from Activision coming on Game Pass, now I'm gonna have to upgrade my 4 terabyte to an SSD and get rid of the SSD and get rid of 4 terabyte. May trade it in, get the money out from GameStop, and go turn around and go buy me an SSD somewhere else that can hold because I think hold faster storage, and that'd be great. And I'm going to do that eventually. I'm going to buy me a better I'm going to buy a better place for that because that hard drive ain't going to work on new games like Call of Duty. Halo didn't work on it really much because Halo Infinite didn't work on that hard drive. When I had it hooked up to my Xbox, I put Call of Duty Black Ops, Call of Duty Cold War on it. It kept logging me out, telling me it was not working because I bought the one that worked on both X and X series. I bought the One X, One X, One S, the S series and X series, including the Xbox One. So when I put it in my hard drive space of my Xbox, it realized what it was and didn't freak out. When I put it on my external hard drive, it thought it was something else and it wasn't going to be compatible, and it kept kicking me out. Once I put it on my hard drive, internal one terabyte Xbox X One X hard drive, it worked perfectly fine. But that's the thing. Something that you have to look into. Something you have to look into. Something you have to get into and really understand. I'm just checking. See, it's so cool in there. It is mighty cool in there. It's warm in this room, so the fan's working good. But that's the thing too, though. A gaming rig is really expensive for a lot of people. Now, not everybody can buy a gaming rig. But if you're willing to spend $2,000 on a PS5 and X series, why don't you spend $2,000 on a gaming rig? If you got a brother-in-law like me, sister-in-law, who can build PCs for you, I'll go that route. But be forewarned, you won't get Windows 11 on there because my computer didn't support Windows 11. A lot of pre-built will, but you have a lot of bloatware, adware, garbageware, so malware. So you got to be careful what you get your hands on. So do research. If you have a laptop at home, you can search on. Do that. Search on there. iBuyPower, Gigabyte, different companies that do stuff. Even Best Buy can build you a gaming rig. Certain Best Buy can build you a gaming rig, can build you one, as long as you're willing to pay the money for it. Once again, talk to Geek Squad about that up in, I know Clarksville, they may do it here. In Clarksville, Tennessee, Best Buy. Geek Squad might be able to build you one. If you get the parts, buy it there, they'll assemble it for you. Of course, it'll be a fee, whatever that, but you can get it assembled there. Or buy a pre-built iBuyPower or whatever else. You can go to Sam's Club, and they have a 3060. Had it there for a while. It's sold out now. But like I think iBuyPower too as well. Once again, be careful what you get your hands on because they better pack it good because it breaks PCIe slot in the whole graphics card. It won't work. And Gaming Nexus on YouTube, Gaming Nexus was a Dell. They had the PC slot was broken and it was literally open. The graphics card would have gone and fall right out of there because there was no way holding it in. So that being said, though, guys, I would literally look at my verdict is PC versus console. What's the best thing to do? I'm always gonna lean towards PC because it's always a better advantage. But if you can't afford PC, if you have a little unlimited space, if you're limited budget, but you want to buy an X series or an X series, I would buy an X series of the two. Fuck, you get more options. But game weight in gold. So if you get an S series, it's not saying you're a crappy gamer. It's a gamer who wants to download games, and that's fine. You know, you get a 2 terabyte, 1 terabyte the Seagate drive, and being up to $500, so you could have bought an X series. But yeah, but you have to buy a 1 terabyte too anyway for the X series because it has a 1 terabyte one that goes down to I think 800 gigabytes. So you have about 300 gigabytes more. But then again, it already used that 1 terabyte internal one and brought down to 800 or 600 or whatever it is. So you still have more on the X series, but Call of Duty 200 gigabytes, it's a lot on either system, even PC. So what I'm saying, guys, is I say it's up to your best judgment, but I can't recommend it unless I know your finances. And you know your finances better than I do. If you get $2,000, you don't mind spending it on a gaming rig, great. If you're gonna use it a lot, then go buy an S series or X series and play Halo. At least that way, you know you spent your money. When you're watching Blu-ray on, especially on the X series. On X series, you can download on movies on the S series. So, guys, really is my video. I hope you like my video. Once again, like, subscribe to my video if you haven't already. For more tips and tricks on there, I'm actually on Facebook. Mark off the link. Just send me a message on Instagram, not Instagram, but on Messenger about your PC questions. I'll answer them as I can. I'm not a PC sadist, but I know about PC games. Got any questions about stuff like this? Just hit me up, and I'll see if I can answer your questions for you. Once again, my gamer tag is Crisis169 on Xbox Live. On Steam, it's Crisis1691, 1691. I'll see you guys later. Be blessed. Peace, love, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.